Hello, 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 my collectors, my loves, my angels. How are you? How are you? How are you? I want to say happy birthday to those of you who are celebrating a birthday today. Congratulations for those of you who are celebrating something special in your lives, as well as good well wishes for those of you who are feeling a little under the weather, feeling a little down, and feeling a little blue. I want to take the opportunity now to call in my good archangel. I ask that you protect me, my family, my friends, and the collective as we go on this healing journey. I do ask that you protect us from any negativity, any ill will, anyone that wants to stop us from progressing forward and going on our healing mission. I also want to call in my archangels, my spirit guides, my ancestors that watch over me, continue to channel through me, continue to allow me to see the unseen, hear the unheard, and give emotions, words to those in the collective mind who didn't feel like they were safe enough to be vulnerable, to speak on their emotions. Collective. Today, I know that we're in the fourth month now. The year since the year beginning, and this is the year 10, which is wrapping up, final endings, reviewing things, and kind of basically year one. It's time for new beginnings, out with the old, in with the new, right? That's where we are. We have the pink full moon that's really going to dredge up and bring up a lot of emotions, try to create balance in your relationships, kind of exit out the ones that don't belong, a transformation sort of sense, and allow the new to come in. So, with that being said, I know that you guys are emotionally feeling it right now, okay? A lot of things are surfacing. You're thinking about the past, you're thinking about what has happened, what has occurred, where you are now in your life, what you're going through, and these are coming up for you to deal with, address, get that final goodbye closure, and that's not always easy. Because a lot of times, what the heart wants, the mind knows you have to release. And that's what makes it difficult. So, what I want to do is I want to tap into today. I want to look at your rearview mirror. I want to know, what is it? What experiences have you had? What life situations? The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent? What is it that your heart is saying, I don't want to let you go, but the mind, the soul is saying, release me? Because truthfully, we all are here to experience life, learn lessons. Sometimes there's fun in between, but there's also work to be done. You see, you're not here to just sit and wallow and be comfortable in what you have now. You don't want to do that because you want to grow, you want to evolve, you want to experience life, see all the things, the challenges that life had to offer you to get to the good times. So I want to say, let's see, spirit guides, tell me, allow me to see the rearview mirror of the collective, or what has been going on with them, and what is the main thing? What is the main thing that they're trying to hold on to, that the heart wants to hold on to, but the soul, the mind is saying, release me. The false person, this is what you need to release. The one behind the mask. Now I'm going to say something. You may not like it. I hope you do, because my channel, we are here to talk about the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard. Sometimes the truth is rough. You see, this false person is coming up in reverse. That's because the heart is saying, I want to keep this image that I am projecting, that I'm okay, all is well, it doesn't mean anything, it doesn't matter. I don't want people to see how I really feel inside. The soul is saying, be authentically yourself. Show them who you are. Stand in your courage. Stand in your power. Where's your confidence? Your heart, you're not ready. I'm not ready to show them who I really am. So, yes, you are. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. And we're going to help you through this. You see, in this rearview mirror, it's because you've gone through so much despair, you've gone through so much heart, you've gone through so much pain. You felt like people were judging you. You feel like they judge how you are, how you look, how your relationships are, the choices that you make, good, bad, or indifferent. You feel like everything you do, you're being judged. And it puts you in this mind of despair. Well, I can't do nothing right. I can't please it because you feel like, well, I'm trying to please everybody, and maybe that's why you're even wearing this mask. You see, because you don't want to show authentically who you are, so you put on this mask. You show this sense of false self, and spirit is saying, no, stop. Be who you are. Don't worry about these people who are out here judging you. You don't have to be who they need you to be. Just be yourself. Don't let it get you in your head. Don't let their thoughts boggle you down, weigh you down. Don't let it hold you back from what you have waiting for you. You see, it's time at 32 to make a change. This conflict is inside of you. You're fighting with yourself. You're fighting against your soul. You're fighting with the people outside of you, because fire can also represent conflict going on outside of you too. But see, you have to overcome these challenges. Yes, I get it. In your rearview mirror is showing me there's been a lot of disappointment. There's been a lot of abandonment. There's been a lot of regret, a lot of grief, a lot of loss, a lot of conflict, a lot of you feeling like you had to compete for your space, compete for your right, compete for your peace. You feel like it's been victory at no cost. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes you dim your light to make other people happy. It's been hardship. It's been financial loss. It's been financial gain. And you've been seeking support. You feel like you can't find that support. And when you think you find that support, you find out that they themselves are wearing a false image, and they're showing you their false self, so that who you seek the support from, who you took advice from, is somebody who wasn't authentically themselves. And that's the thing. Quit letting people judge you, and most importantly, stop judging yourself. Let those who don't live in glass houses throw stones. A lot of times when people judge you, when they put you in that mind frame that, maybe you start judging yourself. Well, are they right? If more than one person says, well, hell, they must be right. No, that doesn't mean that. Oftentimes people just project what they're going through on you. They do that. And when they do that, they steal from you. They steal your innocence. They steal your truth. They steal from you energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. They steal your love, your heart, your time. All they want to do is take. And sometimes the people who are judging you, sometimes the people who are making you feel like you're in some sort of despair. And with this being a 24, sometimes that's the person you lay in the bed next to, the person you laid up with, had kids with, loved on. You thought they were a lover. You thought they wanted the best for you. You thought they were protecting a relationship, but all they really wanted was to get something for themselves. And sometimes just the realization of that puts you in a moment of despair. I can understand, I don't think that there's anyone out here that'll ever tell you that they weren't, or they didn't choose somebody. They weren't hurt by their lover. They weren't betrayed by their lover. They weren't deceived by their lover, manipulated. It's life. It's what we go through. It's how we get up when these things happen to us. It's how we move forward. It's how we don't allow the things that people say, how they judge us, how we don't allow ourselves to believe that about ourselves, to the point that we take on this false person identity and let it affect our health, stress us the hell out, put us in our head. We need anxiety medication, we need therapy, we need depression medication, because we just hear what they're saying all over again. It weighs us down, it tires us out. We don't even have the motivation to get out of bed to do the things that we enjoy doing anymore. Okay, this is a 31 that tells me about your emotional security, your stability, and you holding on to what these people said about you. And somehow you're not only holding on to it, but you have decided, well, maybe that's who I am. No, that's not who you are. Let me be the one to tell you today, that's not who you are. They're projecting what they're going through because they don't want to face who they are. Sometimes this person that puts you in despair, This person who makes you wear a mask, that gives you a false identity of yourself. Sometimes it's the person you marry. A lot of times it's who you choose to walk life with. Because sometimes the truth of the matter is the people that we choose, sometimes we don't really choose them for the right reasons. Sometimes we choose our mate, our spouse, our partner because we had some type of void in our life. We had some type of trauma bond. We bonded with them, and then we hold on to it. And then even when you start realizing that it's toxic, it's not working, you get comfortable. You feel like because they've worn you down, they've told you've been through so much heart, so much despair, so much anxiety, so much stress. Now you're living and believing this false sense of identity put on you. So you feel like, okay, I need to stay here because, I fear who I am without this person. And more importantly, I fear that if I leave the situation, I have to be authentically myself. And what if people don't like who I really am because I've been wearing this mask so long to make other people happy? And the truth is, you're never going to make everybody happy. So don't even try. The person that should be happy is the one looking at you in that mirror, living a woman. I say that. When you look at yourself in that mirror, are you happy? What's being reflected back to you? Is it the authentic person or is it the false person? You're being asked now to go down a new path. You're being shown a new path, a journey, a spiritual walk because you're being asked. No, you're being challenged to change dynamics in your life, overcome these obstacles, find out who you are, do what you were sent here to do, learn, grow, evolve. Make a change in your life. Sometimes going down that path, that journey to discovering who you really are could mean letting go of this person that you've been married to, you built a life with, you built a home with, this person that's been affecting your health mentally, spiritually, emotionally, this person that's been taking from you all this time, putting you in this mind of despair, this grief, because they've been judging you to the point that now you don't even know who the hell you are. Sometimes that's exactly who it is. You see, collective, I apologize if me looking in your rearview mirror today is stressing you. But if it is, if it's bringing back memories, if it's causing you to reflect, then I'm doing what I'm here to do. Guide you, help you heal, and see what you need to work on. You see, my channel is about spiritual growth. It's about spiritual healing. I will aid you, help you, and sometimes it's not going to be easy because sometimes it requires you to face yourself, and sometimes facing ourselves, understanding that some of what we're going through in life we allowed to happen because we weren't ready to do the work. That's not always easy. It's not easy. It's easier, I should say, to point the finger at somebody else. But see, watch this. You see, I'm pointing this finger. I'm pointing this finger at someone else. I have 1, 2, 3 pointing right back at me. Me. That means me, my mind, my body, my spirit needs to realize that some of what may have happened in my life is my own damn fault. My fault. It's about recognizing that. It's about acknowledging that. It's about accepting that. And then what am I going to do once I find that out? Okay. So let's look a little bit more into your rearview mirror, if you don't mind. What else is in the rearview mirror of my collective? What has caused them to want to wear a mask? Put up this false perception. Ooh, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Right out the gate. You're tired. I see that. I feel that. I see why this jumped out because you're tired. I did a reading earlier today about sick and tired of being tired. You're here now. So what are you going to do? I see it. You're exhausted. It's been a long year, and it's not even just this year because we're just 4 months into this year, but it's been a long year because all of this really started, like, I really feel like going through the fall of last year with the shedding of the snake, the shedding of the old self, the persona, things coming to light, things being revealed, having to face things you weren't ready, things you put off for so long to deal with, to work with, and now the universe is saying, no, you're going to close it out. You're going to see it. You're going to deal with it. It's no more running from this. And you've been working, and you feel like, my God, it's been what, 4, 5, 6, 7 months now? I'm still having to face this. I'm still having to deal with these emotions. Give me a break already. I'm tired. You're tired. You're exhausted. And I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You feel burdened. You're overwhelmed. Some of you feel like, I just need a vacation. Some of you, hell, maybe left home, went to spend the night at somebody's house or a room because you feel like, I just got to get away. I just need a break. I got to collect my thoughts. I got to figure things out. And I can't figure things out with the same people that I'm in a home with, that are judging me, that's trying to influence my decisions, that are really taken from me, that are really affecting my health and stretching me. If I'm going to take this walk, because this walk is about looking within yourself, figuring out what I need to release, what I need to let go, looking back at my life. This is what has all transpired that got me here where I am today. But I'm going to make a change. I know something needs to change. My heart is saying no, but my mind, my soul, my spirit is saying it's time. It's time. Let me see more into the Some of you feel like you've been rejected by somebody, and some of you, like I said, because you're so tired, you're isolating yourself from others so you can have a moment to think. So you can have a moment with your thoughts because you work better that way. You always work better that way because when you are alone and there's no one to distract you, there's no one to give you insight, project on you, oftentimes that's when you can take that long look at yourself in peace and quiet. Hell, cry, scream, soak, get drunk, whatever. But those are often the times that's when you realize that some of the pain that you're going through, like I said earlier with the 3 fingers pointing back, okay, some of the things you're going to are really you put on yourself. You took what you didn't need to allow people to dump on you, 1717 when I said that, and some of the wounds you've inflicted upon yourself because you stayed in situations too long, been there, done that. So I understand that, okay? So, and sometimes you feel rejected. And the sad part about it is you feel rejected by people who were judging you. But get this, pay attention. They didn't judge you of your authentic self. They could have judged you on that false persona. And you could have been feel like you were getting judged from many directions, and then you were. And let me tell you why. Because for those who really saw who you really are authentically, maybe your light upset them because then that means they had to face their authentic selves. You see, real recognize real, and real can also recognize fake. And you could have very well crossed paths with someone when you were showing your false sense of self, and that real person recognized your false self because, again, real not only recognize real, but real recognize fake. It may be that real ass person is the one who called you out, the true you, the authentic self. And they did that because they want you to be you. So they called you out. They judge you on how you're carrying yourself because they recognize that you're not showing who you really are. But who you really are is fears, insecurities, and abandonment issues and everything else, but you're trying to ignore, so you're wearing this mask. And so when they judged you, you felt rejected, you felt angry, you felt hurt. But the thing of the matter is, they just mirrored really what you need to work on. And they're just challenging you, the same way the universe is on this walk, they're challenging you to just be authentically, 1909 when I say this, yourself. Living your truth. Stop sitting in dead-end relationship situations thinking that you're stuck, like you have nowhere to go. I have to be here. Obligations, responsibilities. Well, I promise. I said this. I don't want to let them down. I don't want to hurt them. Again, that's that heart trying to hold on to what the soul and spirit is telling you to let go. That's where you are. Exhausted, tired, lazy. This dog look like I don't want to move. It's too hard. It's too hard. Trigger warning. You want to hear some things about your review mirror today that you may not have been wanting to face. I may trigger you. Don't let it stop you from coming back. Allow yourself to be triggered. It's a moment of self-reflection. That's what this is. We're looking at your rearview mirror because this is a moment for you to self-reflect on what's been happening. Maybe over the last year, last 2 or 3 years, at some point in your life. You see, we're going to self-reflect today. That's why we're in this review mirror. Because I know that there are things about you. You have talents that you probably haven't even tapped into. You feel like you ask questions you don't get answers to. And oftentimes, we ask questions, and a lot of times we are getting the answer. And I want you to realize that. Sometimes you ask questions and they're giving you the answer, but you're not seeing that they're giving you the answer. You see, life gives you the answers. Their actions give you the answers. Their movement, how they treat you. You're getting answers, but because you're not ready to face the answers that you're getting, you're ignoring them and you're saying, oh, I didn't know. Well, I didn't get the answer. Yes, the hell you did. You got it. You got it, okay? You got it. You didn't like the answer. So what do? You put this fake sense on, because the answer really stresses you out. Because you're worried. That can't be the answer. That cannot be the answer to my problem. Because maybe the answer to the problem is it's you. You're not putting boundaries. You're not respecting yourself. You're not having self-love. Maybe the answer to your problem is you're carrying things that don't belong to you. You're in a relationship that has long went past its expiration date. Maybe you got a job that you need to quit. They don't value you. They don't appreciate you. They work you hard and pay you pennies for the hour. Maybe whatever the answer is that you're receiving, and maybe the symptoms, the signs, or everything, your health failing, your stress, maybe all of that red flags that you're getting to say that something in your life needs to change, you don't want to face. You're in your head about it because the heart wants to hold on to the heart, and your mind and soul is saying, let the shit go. We see, we're looking at your mirror today because deep down inside, the authentic you have that divine feminine energy. And for my men, you have that divine masculine energy. You have that energy within you. So deep down inside, the authentic self, you are really a loving, nurturing, kind individual who would do anything, give a person a shirt off the back, help people. You show love. And really, all you really want is to receive the same love that you're showing. So you keep showing up. But this is the thing. You keep showing up for people that don't even show up for themselves. So when do you learn to, hey, I'm going to show up for me because I've been showing up for you 10, 20, 30 times, and you haven't even showed up for yourself not one time. And not only are you not showing up for yourself, but you're not even showing up for me. So instead of me giving you all this gentleness, this compassion, this nurturing, this love, this respect, and taking away from me, because remember I told you, you were dealing with people who were taking from you, taking. You weren't even giving to yourself, but because this is who you are, though. This is who you are. I get it, been there, done that. You are somebody that probably put on this false sense of self in your rearview mirror because you worried. You worried about what people were saying about you, what they were gossiping about you, what rumors they were spreading about you. You let nosy people get in your business, ask you questions, and somehow you allow yourself to feel obligated to answer them. Give them an answer. Because you don't want to be rude, you want to be polite because you're so loving, caring, nurturing, and the truth is, everybody don't need to know your business, and everybody don't just because they ask a question don't mean they deserve an answer. If somebody want to ask you something personal about yourself, you're not obligated to answer something personal about yourself. You're not obligated to put nobody in your life. They're not the Channel 4 News. You're not up there for an interview, and even if they are, you don't owe them anything. You have the right to control what you want out, what you don't want out, and you have the right to be yourself and don't care about what people are going to think about it, because you would never ever, and you would just work yourself to the bone and into the grave if you ever think that you're going to please all the people all of the time, because you won't. How they talked about Jesus, right? Why wouldn't they talk about you? And let me tell you something. If you're walking in his image, his light, his love, his compassion, his forgiveness, be sure they're really going to talk about you. Take it as a compliment, will you? They see something in you, a strength they want to possess, confidence they wish they had, resilience. Don't let it put you in despair. Don't let it make you wear a false sense of identity. Stop mixing with groups and feeling like when I'm with this group, I have to put on this face, and when I'm with this group, I have to put on this face, because all they're making you is a clown performing in the circus. Too many damn faces, too many acts, too much pretending. No wonder you're tired. Hell, I'd be tired too. Thank you. Maybe some of you feel like the image you need to put on is, I need to have money. I want to live the fast life. I want to be seen as having wealth. I want to be seen as being secure and wealthy. And maybe if I'm established, maybe if I just focus on business and having this, that, and people see that, people are going to like me. They're not going to judge me. Well, see, there you are again. There we go again, trying to please the people outside the house. Trying to please the people outside of you. Thinking that you need these toys to make you more presentable, to make you where you can fit in, to earn that respect. You see, these are just items, these are just objects, these are just material things. These don't earn respect. They don't. All this does is say that I'm opening a platform and I'm opening a doorway for more people to come in, judge me, take advantage of me, and try to use me for their own good. And especially when you're knowing that you're in this nurturing energy and you're going to overgive and overlove, you're setting yourself up. See, those are three fingers pointing back, right back at you. Why did I feel like I needed this to earn your respect, your love, some time from you? Or some of you are just running from yourselves till you work yourself to death and you feel like buying these little items are going to make you happy. And then you buy these items, okay? You work hard, got this money, got this house, got this car, build up money bank account. And then guess what? You're still not happy. This doesn't feed the soul. This is not what your spirit is telling you to do. You're running, trying to escape everything going on, running with carrying, and please know, on top of the car, you're running, escaping, in denial. But wherever you're going, wherever you think you're going to run to, wherever you think you're going to leave, you're still carrying the baggage with you. So I don't care where you go live. I don't care if you're going to live in a penthouse or you're going to live in the projects. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're leaving one marriage to go to the next. I don't care if you're leaving a marriage to go to a secret affair. You see, you're still taking everything that you're not ready to heal, you're not ready to work on. So wherever the hell you're traveling to, because you're in denial that you need to go ahead and finally address these things, you're carrying the baggage with you. So guess what's going to happen when you get there? You're going to have to unpack this baggage. It's still there with you. You took the problem with you. You did. You surely did. And that's what you need to look at today. Why is it I keep going through the same things over and over and over again, these patterns that you have? Because you're taking the problem with you. It's time to move on from it. Block it. I don't care if it's people. I don't care if it's family. I don't care if it's friends. I don't care if it's a husband, if it's a wife, it's your mother, it's your father, your children. Like sometimes you just have to block people. Place boundaries. Tell them, no, I don't have nothing to say. You question me, but no, I have no answers for you. Why do you want to know that? Why is it important? Why are you judging me? Can you stop calling me? Because every time you call me, you upset me. You disrupt my peace. Just leave me alone. You see, you've been allowing people to bring a lot of chaos into your life that you really didn't have to have. And sometimes you have chaos in your life that you brought on yourself. Because remember, I told you, I'm going to hold you when it's you now. So sometimes some of the chaos that really erupts in your life, you brought on yourself because you did not tell somebody to stop calling. You did not block somebody. You allowed them to keep dumping on you. You allow yourself to keep running from situations, think you're going to outrun them. You allow people to spread rumors because you're showing this false sense in yourself, and you're somehow allowing them to judge you and believing that you are who they judge you to be. And so in doing that, without blocking, without putting self-love, without setting boundaries, you're allowing yourself to bring this own chaos in your life. You're not releasing. Your body, your spirit, your mind is saying let it go. There's even signs around you saying let it go, but your heart is saying no, I don't want to. I don't want to. And sometimes you fool yourself. Well, if they're not meant to be in my life, they wouldn't be here. Well, yeah. They wouldn't. And no, they're not meant to. And how many red ass flags did you get to tell you? How much chaos has to erupt to tell you and to show you that they don't need to be there? But you're still holding on with the heart. So don't say, well, if they weren't meant to be here, they'll be removed from my life. Because your life is in chaos because they're trying to show you they don't need to be there, or you don't need to be wherever you are, or whatever. You need to change something, addiction, behavior, or mindset. You need to change, and that's why everything's falling apart. How many more signs do you need? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right? That's what you're doing. You're not drinking the water. And I'm trying to lead you. I'm trying to show you. The universe trying to lead you. Drink the water, will you please? Stop trying to cover up for everybody that you feel depressed. You're in your feelings. You're not happy. Stop going off in a corner and crying and sulking to yourself and feeling like it's hopeless. There's no way out of this. It is what it is. God just dealt me a bad hand. You know how many times people say that? God just dealt me a bad hand. No, he didn't. He just dealt you a hand. You made it a bad hand. Because if you play these cards right, you can take a bad hand and win. You're making it a bad hand. He didn't deal you a bad hand, okay? Let's take another look into your rearview mirror, collective. So we're going to address this stuff today. What is your rearview mirror? What do you need to put behind you? What's in your past that somehow you just keep looking at and carrying with you into your present? And I'm hoping that it stops here today. I'm hoping that it just stays in the present, but it's not a part of your future. You see, here we go again. That female, that you. Maybe you have some female, your inner you, that child you, that other side of you is looking for. It looks so good out there, so bright, so sunny. I'm in the dark. You see. I'm in the dark, but here the light's coming through the blinds. I'm in the dark with my mindset, my energy, my mood. I may be depressed, and that's why I'm in the dark. I'm having headaches. I'm in the dark because the light's actually me. You see, I feel like I'm in the dark about a lot of things. I'm in the dark about where I need to go in my life. I'm in the dark about what I need to do. I'm in the dark about the decisions, about these relationships. I don't know what to do, and I see right outside this window is light. I see it. But I'm going to tilt these blinds so that it doesn't shine on me because I really don't want to shed light on what's happening on the dark, within the dark sides of me, my shadow self. I don't want to shed the light on that. I'm not ready for the world to see who I really am. You're lying to yourself. But more importantly, you believe in lies that people say about you. You believe in it. They're manipulating you. They're tricking you. They're deceiving you. They're gaslighting you. They're being dishonest with you. It's like a trick of the hand. Ooh, you're so used to them doing it. You're falling for the tricks. You're falling for the tricks. You don't even see the magic act here. Pay attention. Look very closely. You'll see the slip of the hand. You'll see who's pulling it. You see, sometimes you have to even get outside of your ego. It may be some of you are wearing this mask, not being thin on yourself because of this said ego. You see, you're not heading straight for the traffic. You're trying to skirt all around things. You don't want to address the problem. You don't want to name the problem. You don't want to admit that maybe you may be part of the problem. Your ego's in the way, Maybe you are the one who's told some lies due to your ego because maybe it was easier for you to lie about something than it was to just face the truth. Because again, the heart says, no, don't tell them the truth because the truth may hurt. Well, let the truth hurt. Because if the truth hurt, then that's where you're going to grow from, right? It's meant to hurt. It's meant to fuel that passion within you. Keep that flame going, that desire that motivates you. The thing that keep you from bringing into yourself, into that old self. Maybe that's what's meant to give you that drive to get rid of that false sense of self. Help you to see things clearly. Of course the truth hurt. But if the truth doesn't hurt, you'll never move towards your peace, right? Isn't that where you want to go? Move on to your peace, calm your emotions, travel alone. Why is this boat empty? Well, you ask, okay, well, let me tell you. It's empty because you're not doing the work. It's empty because you have so much toxicity going on in your life right now that you don't have any peace. And that's why there's nobody sitting in this boat. This boat is sailing on without you. because you're not ready to release what you need to travel towards your peace. And you see that 5 seats on this boat. Didn't I already tell you had 5 come out earlier? The 5, okay? The 32, which was 5, the despair. This is why you're not on any of these 5 seats on this bus, going towards your peace, having peace, moving to calmer waters, because you're sitting here with this 5 in despair. What do you want? Continue your life of despair, or you want some peace? Are you going to hop your ass in this boat, or what are you going to do? You have to recognize that you are a gift. You are a divine gift. You need to deal with people who realize that, you know what, you are a gift to them. They should love you, they should respect you, they should honor you, they should value you, because you are a gift. Your presence is a gift. Your love is a gift. Your respect, your honesty, your integrity, that's a gift. Maybe this package is still wrapped because you haven't unwrapped the package, i.e. yourself, for you to even realize that you are a gift. When are you going to recognize that? How long is this package going to sit here tight, nicely tied with this bow? When you're going to clean up your life, clean up the messes that you've made, clean up this image, clean up the projection that people have put on you, clean your mind to say, you know what, I'm not who they say I am. I am who I am. And those who love it, and those who don't, will sail on. When are you going to clean up the environment around you? Clean up the cluttered things that you're holding on to. You see, when your mind is cluttered, your space is cluttered, i.e., that's the energy you're putting out. Energy can't flow within you. Energy can't flow around you. Sometimes you have to just organize. You see, you're disorganized right now. You're not cleaning up, but go ahead and clean up. Go through a purification, a cleansing. Find your inner voice and speak the truth. Be authentically yourself. Be raw. Motivate, encourage. You know, who are you? Feel alive again. I don't care if you have to get there, listen to music. If you have to get there telling your testimony, you see, you're being asked now to speak who you really are. You're being asked to tell your truth. You're being asked to stand up for yourself. You're being asked to find your voice. What else, Spirit Guide? What else is in this review mirror? Maybe the reason your heart is trying to hold on to something that your soul, your spirit, your mind is telling you to finally release. Speak up for yourself. Set your boundaries. Say what you want. Speak with your truth. It's because maybe it requires you to have to speak up towards family. Now, whether this is a family that you were born to, or this family you created on your own, or maybe it's friends and of those in your community who you just consider to be like family, you know. Maybe it's a mother or father of your child, you know, somebody that you created. But maybe you have to speak something, your truth, and maybe you feel like it's going to hurt them. They're not going to like what you have to say. Or maybe you feel like some sense of obligation. But you have to know that sometimes in order to evolve, to grow, to transform, you have to make this walk alone, or you have to leave what you once considered family, because it's a new lesson for you. It's a new journey for you. And not all journeys, not all lessons require that everyone that you've interacted with travel with you. Because sometimes the journeys that you're traveling on, you're going to meet new people, new things, new lessons. It's you recognizing that energy within you, that spirit within you, it's ready to take off, it's ready to go somewhere else. It is you recognizing your energy yourself. It's you knowing that sometimes when you evolve, when you grow, when you transform, that person you created a family with, those friends, those family, those neighbors, those people you've been with, the ones who caused chaos, judge you, and the ones who even just made life happy for you. Sometimes they don't go where you're going. And sometimes you have to leave them behind to go where you're going, because sometimes you have to go into the mission that you're here to do. And sometimes it could be lonely for a moment, because you're going to make new friends. You're going to do, you're going to be where you need to be, and you're going to have that peace within you. Stop holding back your voice. Stop allowing people to keep you from speaking. Don't suffocate yourself. Don't lose yourself. If you have something to say it. Everybody's not going to like what you say. Everybody's not going to like what you're doing. Everybody's not going to always agree with your decisions. But that don't mean that you don't get to speak it. You see, you're being told, speak, talk, say, express who you are. Don't hold back anymore. What else? I want to know what else it is. Give me the tea on what the collective is holding back. What's in their rearview mirror? I want the tea on what's in their rearview mirror. Spirit guides, what's in the rearview mirror? Oh my God, gracious. Just a second, guys. Oh my God. Whew. This one's all the way over here. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, let's get to it, because I'm telling you. You have some frenemies around you. People you think are your friends, they're really your enemy. They're laughing, joking in your face, stabbing you in your back, talking about you, spreading rumors, spreading gossip, all right? But yet, because they want something from you, because you think they're a friend, you're laughing, you're smiling, and you're thinking, oh yeah, this is my friend. Hell, you might think this is your spouse, this is my child, this is my mother, this is my cousin, this is my neighbor. We've been working together, my coworker, we've been together a long time. We get along so good, but little do you know, they're envious of what you have. They're stopping your growth because they see who you really are. They see the energy within you. They see the gift that you are, and they see what you can have. But they also see that sometimes that you allow, because you care about the opinions of other people, that they can allow you to hold back from what you have coming from you, the gift that you have coming for you. If they just, talk you out of it, or tell you, oh no, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, okay, you don't think it's a good idea? No, okay, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not a good idea. They can self-talk you. So they can allow you to self-talk yourself out of a blessing for you, okay? These frenemies, these two-faced people with hidden motives, because they know that if you go on without them, or if you evolve, if you do the work to heal yourself, if you decide to authentically be yourself, you're going to see things about them that you've been hiding, that they've been projecting onto you, and you may actually realize it's been projection. These frenemies, you could be sleeping with them still. You see, you're going to have to get to a point where you realize, you have people in your life that's doing too much. And maybe you are doing too much, overgiving, oversharing, being too compassionate, too forgiving, loving them when they don't deserve to be loved, allowing them to cross the boundaries when they shouldn't. You're giving them money after bad, and you're telling them, okay, well, next time, and they tell you to pay you back, they never pay you back. Like, what are you doing? You're doing too much to make people happy, and you're not making yourself happy, or you're allowing people to do too much about you. You're overindulging somewhere, all right? You have to realize, and you have to decide that one day, when is the last straw? When do you put these boundaries? When do you say that, you know what, I've reached my limit? I've been doing too much. I realize I've been doing too much. I think you're getting overwhelmed, because you already told me up here you're tired. You've already shown me that. So when are you going to say, I'm overwhelmed now, it's enough, I need to take a break, I'm at my limit with this, I'm not happy? I've been giving into things just to kind of get through. I'm not really, and this is what you have to realize. This is one of the things that might be your final straw, when you realize that, you know what, you really haven't been eating. And when I say that, I mean you're not eating because you're not picking healthy choices. So you're not eating a nice meal. You're just snacking. You're going through life just snacking, getting breadcrumbs, taking breadcrumbs, just a little something to help you feel that moment. All these little snacks. Stop snacking and choose a healthy meal. That's why there's no self-satisfaction. You're satisfied in that moment. You're happy for that moment. But then 2-3 weeks down the line, you're back at something feel like it's missing. There's a void in my life because you're snacking. So yeah, you're hungry for more later because you realize that I'm not really eating. I'm not putting these healthy choices. I'm not really filling my spirit. I'm snacking. Remember I told you earlier, you have to realize that you're the gift. You are that divine feminine. You embody those characteristics. You have to look in that mirror. You have to see that you slay. Admire the beauty within you. Admire the beauty outside of you. You have to realize that no one competes with you. But if you keep wearing this false sense of face that's not really who you are, then I'm gonna tell you, everybody can compete with you. They can, because you're trying to be just like everyone else instead of being yourself. And when you're acting like everybody else, then you're a bunch of crabs in the bucket, okay? So all of y'all doing the same thing, wearing the false sense of self, then yeah, you're competing. You're competing. But when you are authentically yourself, when you realize that you're the gift, when you start speaking up for yourself, when you realize you're snacking and you stop snacking and you actually refill your spirit by eating something healthy, healthy relationships, i.e. healthy self, i.e. healthy mind, healthy thoughts, then you will realize that you're really out here slaying it. And when you're slaying it, just being you, your energy coming through you, showing who you are, your talents, your skills, your confidence, your love, your aura that goes out there when you're true to you, then you realize, you know what? I slay. Not only do I slay, but I'm owning this path that I'm on. And no one, you may come close to me, but your energy will never match mine. You can't be me. You can copy, but you can never be me. You see, it's time for you to stop having that low self-worth. Don't body shame yourself. Don't have negative thoughts about yourself. Stop feeling judged. Stop giving your energy to people who just want to take from you, whether it's sexually, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, spiritually. Stop. Understand that your energy, what you have to offer is precious. And if someone doesn't value that, if someone doesn't see it as a gift, if someone doesn't, they can't appreciate you, stop giving. It's simple. Stop giving. Because as long as you give, they're going to take. It's always takers in the world. They're going to take till you stop giving. So the question is, do you ever stop giving? You see, it's cuffing season, and it's time to stop thinking about cuffing season. Let me tell you something. Some people stay in relationships or situations because they don't want to be alone. They don't want to live alone. They don't want to sleep alone. They get lonely. Stop feeling that you have to have a warm body next to you. Stop feeling that. It's more room in the bed when you're not by yourself. You can stretch out. You can roll over, jump, roll, do whatever you want. Nobody's pulling the blankets off of you. Nobody's slobbing on your pillows but you. So sometimes understand that there is a positive sometimes with just taking time for yourself, because when you take that time for yourself, that's your time to recharge. And the truth of the matter is, let me ask you something, and I want you to be real. And if you need a moment to think about it, think about it, reflect on it. Get back to me later. Drop something in the comments. But let me ask you something. Do you really think you can make somebody happy if you're not happy with yourself? You're not happy. You're gonna fake it. But then you get tired of faking it. You get exhausted. You overwork, overgive, overlove. But then in those days that you don't have the energy to get up and fake it, you're not happy. You're just going through the motions. You're settling. Are you settling right now, collective? Are you settling? Because this thing's coming out now, you see. This talks about things being exposed, being able to hide things. You see, right now, you're missing something. And you're missing something because you're not looking within. You feel something's missing. But right now, you're like, what is it? What's missing? I'm doing everything I've been doing. I'm acting the same. What am I missing? What's it I'm not seeing? Why do I still feel lonely? Why do I still feel a void? You feel a void because you're not being truthful with yourself. You see, you're not really looking at the signs around you to point out to you. You're missing the symbols. Okay, so you know what? Because you're missing it, let's try to pull some out for you. Okay, what possibly? Did I have my spiritual signs out? I have so many cards out, you guys, and I want to tell you, and I don't want to just leave you like this. Let me get these. Let me tell you what signs, symbols you might be missing. And this deck, bear with me. I know this video is getting long, but you know what? You had a long history. You had a long past life. You had a lot of things that you've been covering up that you haven't been wanting to face. So we're going to face it today. So maybe this long road that's been behind you, you can leave behind you and you can go towards this road in front of you, okay? So if you're still with me, I appreciate it. Thank you. If I'm resonating with you, like, share, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Give me a comment. Give me something. Let me know you're here with me still. There's been jealousy around you. There's jealousy around you, secrecy around you, people not telling you the truth, people imposing their negative values, their negativity on you. You've been dealing with loneliness. You've been trying to withdraw from people, trying to cover up how you really feel. Some of you are trying to be the achiever. You know, they feel like you're wearing this mask of, look at me, hey, I achieved, I graduated, I did this. It's like you're choosing outside gratification, okay? But really, deep down inside, you're not doing this for yourself. You're doing it for them to recognize you, validate you, you know, but really, truthfully, you're alienating your true achievements. And the true achievements are not the fact that you went out there and got this degree. No. It's not that I became the CEO. No, it's not that either. It's not that, oh, I married this man that everybody wanted to get. No, it's not that. You see, the real achievement, if you're a real achiever, is, guess what I did? I faced my fears. It was hard. It was harder than any test anybody had to take. Any test to get their medical license, any test to get their teachers, their philosophy. What you had to face, they don't give you a degree for. That inner strength, facing your insecurities, recognizing what you had to heal, going that hard work, that crying, that beating yourself up. You see, all of that stuff, you see, people, outside people, they don't give you a degree or certificate to hang on your wall to say all the life lessons you graduated from, how life tried to beat you down, tear you down, and you faced it, you looked it in the face, and you dealt with it, even if you cried, screamed, prayed, whatever you had to do, fast, whatever you had to do to get through it. You see, you don't get a certificate for that. The people don't see that, so they don't recognize that, you know. Universe sees it. God sees it. And that's when you get that unexpected income. Able to pay this bill. When last week you didn't know how you would have to. That's when people come into your lives that do believe in you, encourage you, motivate you, you know. That's when you get like little blessings from the universe. And the universe gives you little blessings for these things. That's a real achiever. This other superficial, materialistic things, you want that paper to hang on your wall? Okay, so let's do. You went to school. You took this test. You worked hard. You studied for that. Great. But when it comes to your life lessons, are you studying for those? Are you working on those? Are you trying to get extra credit on those? Are you facing those? You see? And I know that you're not going to print out to put on your wall to say, I made an A on this. But what you do get is peace, self-gratification. You get confidence. You earn self-respect. You see, you knew. And then when you're achieving those things that you don't have a certificate to put on the wall to say you achieved, it doesn't matter, because that's a point when you realize that other people's judgment of you simply don't matter. It doesn't. What's at the bottom of the spiritual symbols that you're receiving right now? It's Mercury. I resonate with Mercury because I'm a Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini. Mercury rules my Virgo. And yeah, Mercury, people say Geminis, or they call them two-faced, but really we have two souls. We able to look at things from two perspectives. One 3D, one 5D. That's how we are. But Mercury, when it comes up, and at this point, it's coming up and it's saying that, because it's in the reverse right now, it's saying that there's some short-term decisions that you need to make in order to get where you want to go. You're still stuck though. You're not making these short-term decisions. You know they need to be made, but you just don't want to really put any thought into it because you're indecisive right now. You're being a little self-critical of yourself and you're deceiving yourself, and the truth of the matter is you may be trying to walk away from people that are maybe even being blunt, cruel, or sarcastic or critical towards you. But you need to make a decision, and you need to make a short-term decision that is going to affect your long-term goal. And see, that's what needs to happen here. And some of you don't want to do it. And you don't want to do it even though your soul, your spirit, life is telling you, clues all around you saying, no, do this. Make the short-term decision, because the short-term decision that you need to make is going to affect your long-term goal. But again, it's like I told you when I started this, it's like your mind, spirit, and body is saying, do it, do it, do it. And your heart is saying, I don't want to. I don't want to. Because doing it means I might have to leave somebody behind. But did you ever stop and think that maybe what you have to leave behind could only be temporarily? Because maybe it's just your turn to do the leaving, but you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You don't know because you don't get a playbook on that. So you don't know if maybe someone you're leaving behind right now, or someone you have to set aside right now, might not, be at that finish line by the time you get there after you take a few more trips. You see, you don't know that. All you know is right now, right here, I don't want to leave anybody behind. What else is in the review mirror? You're too attached. You're too attached, and that's why you won't let go. You're too attached to what you think right now feels like love through somebody. And you're attached to somebody who, guess what? You may be attached to somebody who's not even emotionally available to you. But you're so attached to the comfort of this dysfunction, this toxicity, giving love, and they're not returning love to you until you're settling. And you've gotten so used to settling that you don't even see that they're not even putting in mutual effort to help you. They're taking, no mutual effort. So you're not, that's why you're still unhappy, but you're attached. You're emotionally attached. You trauma bonded. That's what it is. You've trauma bonded because you're afraid to leave. This is finishing like exactly what I've been saying from the get-go. You're afraid to leave. A toxic situation, group, family, friends, lovers, children, neighbors, co-workers, I don't care. You're afraid to just leave what you have somehow allowed yourself to trauma bond to. Why did you trauma bond to them? Because you guys have common interests. You have common things. There are things about both your lives that are similar to one another. You have shared passions. You have maybe shared hobbies, but the thing about it is you're bonding with something toxic and you're afraid to leave. And so you're allowing yourself to stay in this toxic cycle with someone that you have common interests with. And what's that common interest? That both of you are wearing the mask, that both of you have insecurities and fears. And that's what's holding you together. Even when you can't get along, you're like, I'm going to walk this life with this person because they get where I've been, because I'm avoiding facing what I need to. Why am I avoiding it? Because I don't really want to be seen as who I really am. I don't want to own who I am because people might not like who I am. They may not accept who I am, and they may judge me. Wow, collective. The more I look into your rearview mirror, the more I see that you've been carrying a lot of baggage. A lot. Whew. Good thing is the rearview mirror, right? The small one. The good thing about that rearview mirror, collective, it's just a peep. It's just a small mirror that sits right there on your front window that has a big view of where you're going. In that little mirror that's sitting in the midst of just where I'm going, just only allows me to have a quick glimpse of where I've been. Sometimes, too, that's important. Sometimes you have to see where you've been in order to see where you want to go, right? Bottom of this day, all I do is pick it up, travel. It's time for you to make that journey. It's time for you to take only what you need. You don't have to take everything. No. Some things are going to stay behind. You only need to pack the things that are necessary for you. Grab your water. Grab a flashlight. The flashlight to give you clarity. The water to give you hydration. And pack a healthy snack. A meal, maybe. You see, stop sitting in situations that no longer serve you, that are not doing nothing but causing karmic debt for you. Lessons. All you're doing is building up more debt that you're going to have to pay back. It's costing you, whether you realize it or not, it's costing you your peace, your sanity, your health. It's tiring you out. It's draining you. You see, stop sitting in these toxic situations, repeating toxic cycles because you're avoiding being seen, trauma bonding with people that you have somehow attached yourself to that aren't even giving back to you. You're not willing to make this short-term decision to affect your long-term goal because you don't want to be authentically yourself, because you don't want to leave anybody behind. So you don't even see that you're slaying it out here. You don't see that you're a gift and they're not treating you like you're the gift. And all you're doing is paying high interest, and that high interest is you. Collective, I hope that you see that some, again, confirmation to what I said earlier, some of the disasters around you, some of them is spirit trying to get your attention, but some of them you're costing yourself, and some, well, you're just allowing others to put you through. Here we are, this tunnel. I think Spirit is showing me this. So I did a reading earlier. Remember I told you first, I did a reading earlier that talked about you realizing you stand up for yourself. I also did a reading, I told a reading earlier today. So look at that. That was sick and tired of being tired. Now Spirit is showing me the tunnel. And this, I feel like this may be part 3. I probably should have labeled this part 1, part 2, part 3. Because now I feel like this is where we're going now. Because of my second reading, after getting sick and tired of being tired, if you don't hear that first, go back and look at that one. This one talk about the tunnel. You're at the tunnel. There is light at the end of this tunnel. But there is something in the midst of this tunnel that is barricading you from getting to your wishes, your dreams, your wish fulfillment, what you pray for, what you ask for, or whoever you talk to and said, I want it. And you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. But that barricade sit in the middle. And the question was, where are you going to remove that barricade? So that was the second reading that I put out, okay? So maybe this is just a continuation from where you are today. This is Spirit using me to tell you, to bring you the truth that, listen, one, I know you're tired because it came out. You're tired. And you are getting sick and tired of being tired. But the light is here. You know it's here. You can travel it, but you have to remove that barricade. Now, whatever that barricade is going to depend on you. And I talk more about that in that second reading. So I'm going to finish this with this tunnel. What are you going to do about that barricade? Are you going to sit here and let this barricade sit there? Because barricade, like I said earlier, it's not going to move itself. You have to remove it. It requires work on your behalf. I'm not going to go back into that deck no more because they're telling me that that's it. This is it. This is round 3. I'm going to start to wrap this up. Before I do, I'm going to kind of give you some things that maybe your soul is trying to tell you. Maybe your intuition is trying to tell you. Just a few spirit guides. I don't want to be contacted right now. I wish to be alone. Maybe there's a part of you that don't want to. Remember, I told you earlier, I feel like some of you are so tired, so exhausted, you want to just kind of spend some time by yourself. And I told you, being by yourself is good. This is what a part of you is really, your soul is saying, listen, I get rid of all these distractions. We need some time alone. We need some time. Just you and I, your internal and your external. We need some time alone. What else? Thank you. My focus is on my life. I can't be bothered. I can't worry about you. You see, this is what your soul is saying. Your soul is telling you, listen, get rid of the distractions. Move these trauma bonds out my way. Move these people who are projecting what they're going through in my life. Move these people that are judging me. You and I need to go sit here and spend some time with ourselves, alone with each other, my soul and my outer body. We need some time together, just you and I. And we can't worry about, we have to focus on us right now. You, self-love, confidence, you, reassurance, that's who you are. We need to focus on us, the inner child in me and the outer adult me. We need to focus on our life and tell people we can't be bothered to worry about what they have going on. That's what I told you. Let them deal with their own problems, okay? Anything else? One more. I think, two more, and that's it. My mask keeps me safe. Come through, spirit guys. What did I tell you? I told you you're wearing a mask, and somehow you feel like this mask is going to keep you safe, going to make you happy, and it's not. It says, I need to fake my feelings. That's what I said. You're hiding how you truly feel by wearing this mask, and it's time to take this mask off. And this is why your spirit is saying, we need to be alone, get rid of everybody. Let's have some time, you and I. Let's see what's bothering us. Let them focus on their own crap. We need to take this mask off. And then the last thing, I need to free myself from fears and doubts. I am a caged bird. So you're trapped in this dynamic you put yourself in because of your fears, your insecurities, the heart not wanting to release what your mind, your body, and spirit is telling you to release. You're allowing yourself to be caged, locked in, trapped in a situation that really you can get out of if you want to. You're caging yourself. Your spirit is speaking. You're seeing the signs. You're probably not sleeping. You're sad, you're depressed, you're lonely. Overworking, overgiving, eating, using substance, doing something. When are you going to let it go? When are you going to take the time for yourself? When are you going to see what you need to release? And when are you going to release it? You see, this is what it's all about. No. We're not doing this. I'm just going to take the bottom of the deck on this one. And then from this, I'm going to end the read. Pluto. It says, your willingness to confront the darkness within you opens the gateway to profound healing and soul evolution. Let the transformation begin. You see, the universe always backs up what I'm saying because I'm speaking the truth. I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to show you what you need to address. I myself had to reach a point where I was ready to look in that mirror. I was ready to address things about myself. It's not an easy walk. It's not meant to be an easy walk, but it's worth it. Do the work. Go through the transformation. Release what you need to. Define yourself. Find your voice again. Find you again. What made you happy? Where was your peace? Where was your love? What was it? What was it? What feeds your spirit? We're going to end on that note. Those of you who stayed with me to the end of this video, I appreciate you. I thank you. I hope that you find something in this that helps you. But this is my reading. We're all here together. Together we stand. Together we rise. Thank you.